You are tuning in to the Goldylocks Productions presentation of a magical journey show with Brian Rawls. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And welcome to the Magical Journey Show with your host, Reverend Bryan Rawls. And thank you for joining me this evening. It is a pleasure to be here. It is April 10th of 2019, and we are getting ready to go into some rather interesting energy in the upcoming weekend, into also the next week into the following weekend. So it's very interesting what is on the horizon for us. So basically, some of the things that are getting ready to go on is I have my prosperity community service that I will be doing a prosperity candle for each participant, which is fixed, loaded, and blessed, and I will be performing it twice. I will let half your candle burn on the 12th and half your candle burn on the 13th. And it will all finish on the 13th. And it will be just a small chime candle. So they are 2-hour burning time. So the first hour will be on the 12th, and then the second hour will be on the 13th. So as of right now, we have quite a few people that have signed up for that. So to understand that I have probably about 10 more spaces available. So if you are wanting to purchase that, you can look at my blog at www.bryanrawls.com. And that is where you can read about that prosperity community service. So also we have the full moon, which is on the 19th, which is in the astrological sign of Libra. And then we also have Saint Expeditius is feast day. I will be doing a full moon transmission for the 19th, as well as also a Saint Expedite feast for participants, and in honor of his feast day, I will be gifting a offering to him in name of all participants that sign up. So that is with Saint Expeditius, and that is on April 19th. And if those that are not familiar with Saint Expedite, Saint Expedite is a saint that does things very quickly, and he is a patron saint of New Orleans and of shopkeepers. So if you have a particular shop, or if you are a healer, or if you have a metaphysical shop, normally he is your patron saint, as well as many other patron saints as well. But that's what's going on the 19th. And then on the 21st, we have the resurrection portal that will happen on Easter Sunday. So the resurrection portal is actually a portal to Atlantis, which we will be greeted by a Atlantean high priest and an Atlantean master that possibly a lot of you have not heard of. That I have been communicating with him for, I would say, probably about maybe 2 to 3 weeks now, and he will be making himself known on the portal of resurrection. which is on the 21st of April. So that is what's to come on the horizon. So we are going to be getting to folks' questions that are wanting to ask questions with me. And I will be answering questions for folks that are on the comments, live comment section, as well as also on the phone. So if you folks that would like to speak live with me, you can call 323-870-3791, and you can you can press 1 to get in the queue to speak with me live and ask any question pertaining to any type of section of your life. Also, I will be doing clearings or anything that that is picked up with each participant. If anything is blocking you or standing in your way. So please call in or ask your question. So I wanted to speak a little bit about the energy of prosperity, because I tuned in this morning and I received that a lot of people were having difficulties and struggles with prosperity and trying to basically make ends meet. Them either being currently out of a job or currently looking for a job. Also, them trying to manifest income for a particular bill or taxes that or particular items like that. And I felt a lot of stress in the energy this morning. So that is what prompted me to do the prosperity community service for you all. And the reason why I call it a community service is because it's for the community that follows me. And also the communities that are the community people that have just began to follow me as well. So it's available to all old and new clients. So so do take advantage of that. But with folks having issues with prosperity and abundance and being prosperous all in all. And when I'm when I'm speaking specifically about abundance or prosperity, I'm not just talking about money prosperity. I'm also talking about abundant cabinets for food, abundance and happiness, abundance and joy, abundance and feeling feeling grateful. So know that there is many different levels of abundance and prosperity. So a lot of us are within that prosperity consciousness at this particular time. So what I want to do before we begin is we are going to do a short, small clearing of prosperity consciousness or poverty consciousness, excuse me. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you are totally in the lower bracket of within the poor bracket, quote unquote. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you are in between the poor poor bracket or the middle class bracket. Do know that this poverty consciousness can be definitely lacking particular abundance in a emotion, or lack of abundance in like-minded individuals being around you. So do bring all that energy up into your heart chakra. We're going to connect into your heart chakra, and we're going to clear all oaths, vows, contracts, and commitments, and obligations and limitations around poverty and around lack of abundance and lack of prosperity. So I want you to take some deep breaths in. And as we take some deep breaths in, we're going to connect to the left hemisphere of the brain at 124875, and then the right hemisphere of the brain at 142857. And we're going to connect to the essence of spirit at 369. And take a deep breath in. And hold that awareness into your heart chakra. And let it hover in between the heart and the higher heart. Irirrikaan ura esta zetora andi hinekias dora indua akaya te esi. Kalesia nashum. Kalesia nahin. Elapahara utu unos. Vidapakaya tu uranai. Nishan aselo urapno. Vidabadaya utu urakana ayaste esi. Kalesia nahi. Koshana anwa anu. Vidapator atan. Vititiki. 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 Bring that energy up. Removing all oaths, vows, contracts, and commitments, and obligations and limitations. Sending them to the great central sun to be repolarized for the good of all humanity, never to return again. Upon the cause, the pour, the record, the effect. Here are all timelines. Bring that energy up. Clearing. Releasing. And letting go. Ediyasa an ura etakahid elepitialash. Kalesiai an enwa. Eid eshatwa dosot. And deep breath in. Okay. Alright, and as you take several deep breaths in, you're going to feel that discharge. And as that discharge is flowing, okay. Alright, so these discharges could be like coughing discharges, as well as also you could have some bouts of sadness, crying, also possibly some laughter, even a bit of clearing the throat, belching, burping, even peeing after the show or during the show. So please, if by all means you have to use the bathroom, by all means go ahead. But this that is allowing you to discharge and remove this energy from your body, and allowing it to go to source, or be grounded into Mother Earth. Okay, so you're going to ground us back out by calling in the light of the Pisces constellation, and grounding us out 5 miles down, 5 miles out. Taking a deep breath in, All right, and now we're going to call in the light of the Ophiuchus constellation to integrate this within our central nervous system, and reintegrating this within our left and right brain hemisphere. In the left hemisphere at 124,875, and our right hemisphere at 142,857. And take a deep breath in and just relax. Okay, so now that was basically allowing for energy to be cleared, and that was going through oaths, vows, contracts, and commitments, obligations, and limitations. So we were clearing six different pent-up energies that were inside the body at any given area. Some of these areas could have been in the feet area. Some of these areas could have been in the legs or in particular chakras, and also within the psychic circuits of the body, which we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4 clairvoyant circuits in the body, which we have a clairvoyant circuit in the solar plexus, clairvoyant circuit in the wrists, and then a clairvoyant circuit in the third eye. So these circuits were also cleared during this particular clearing, because that is also where energy gets removed as well. Also, do understand that a way of finding out if you're grounded is if you have cold hands and feet. That means that you are a bit ungrounded, and you just need to bring yourself back down. You can easily call in the light of the Pisces constellation, because Pisces rules the feet, and that will help you ground out. And you want to try to keep your hands and feet warm, or at least lukewarm at all times, because this allows for us to be grounded inside the body, so that we can be able to channel our psychic circuitry more sufficiently or efficiently. So to understand that is very crucial, and is a must when working within our psychic circuitry. Okay, so we are going to get ready to go to the phone lines to ask some questions. Actually, we always start with the phone lines, so we're going to start with the live comments first and foremost, and then we will go to the phone lines. So within the live comment area, we are going to answer Joy's question first, and then we're going to go to the phone lines, and then we're going to come back to the comment section, and then Saraz will be second in the comment section. So first in comment section is Joy Mastis, and her first question is, oops, I just clicked off, so give me just a second. All right, so if I can ask how long before the property sells I'm trying to sell. Thanks. All right, so Joy Mastis wants to know how long before her property sells that she is trying to sell. Okay, so what I am picking up here is you have some particular things that are it's either standing in your way, or it's blocking you, and I don't know whether or not I want to use the standing in your way or blocking, because those two Those two words can go hand in hand together. But it seems as if there is some energy that is not quite finished between you and this particular property. All right, so what I would recommend you doing is you need to take, and I don't know why they say a selenite wand, but you need to transmit more light to the property, and this is transmit more light to the property or to the perimeter, the perimeter of the property, so that the folks that are in line that are needing and that are assigned to the property are the ones that will receive the property. Okay, so you want to take kind of like a selenite wand. I don't actually have my selenite wand with me, or else I would show you. You can use like a selenite slab, or you can use one of them selenite wands that are kind of like cylinder shaped, and you just want to walk the energies of the perimeter of the property, while envisioning and beaming energy around the perimeter of the property. And as you're saying that, or as you're beaming that energy around the perimeter of the property, you want to basically ask for a a high frequency band of light to flow out of the selenite and into the property grid. Okay, you want to basically allow for it to shine light over the grid of the property, and then you want to give the Genii Loci, which is the spirit of a place, its offering. Okay, and you can give this to a tree that may be on the property, or a bush that may be on the property, or even give it to something that it may be a rock that's on the property. Hello, Maureen. I'll be right with you. If you are wanting to ask a question, you can either do it in the live comments, or you can call in. But Joy, that is okay. Yeah, yes, you can very well do it on a map, Joy, or you can actually bilocate and do it in your dreamscapes or in your bilocation session, or even Joy, you could hire me to do it for you. I am able to do that, as well as also able to do property selling work with St. Joseph. So that particular working is actually well, it's one of my specialties is a property selling, working with Saint Joseph for a particular amount of time. Usually, I work with them for about 7 days to get the full effect, and a lot of them are quite successful. Now, there are still some pesky properties that basically do not want to be sold to a particular owner. So you have to make sure that you are enlisting the correct one. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay, so we are going to go to the phone lines now, and my first phone caller is area code 212. Area code 212. First name, please.
Hi, Bryan.
Hey, Bryn, how are you?
Hi, okay. I just want to see if there's any
All right, so let's see here. All right, and any guides, angels, ancestors, galactic beings have any messages for Bryn? Etedipsiano Oshandorwa Kayatu Elapehi Ora Astam. Okay, so for some reason I keep on seeing your back being turned away. So what they are showing me here is that that either you need to rethink a decision that you have possibly recently made, or that you need to rethink a possible decision, relationship, or a situation that you have just recently either partaken in, or either decided something about, and you need to rethink that. You need to kind of look at it in a more you need to look at it in a more or in a different perspective. Not necessarily change your mind, but you need to look at it in a different way, because I'm seeing your back being turned away, and then also they show me that this is in relations to your emotions. So I'm going to say it's either regarding a relationship, or regarding emotions, or a decision that has to do with a relationship with possibly someone that you're close with. Doesn't have to necessarily mean with a love relationship. Very well could be with a family type relationship, but it's very something that you need to look at in a different perspective, or look at it in a more open-minded type of way. Okay. They also show me that your hard work and your commitment that you put into this situation, relationship, or situation, you don't want to just basically throw it out the window. So you want to relook at it in a whole new perspective, or look at it with a more open-mindedness. They also show me that that there is going to be new. There's going to be new. Okay, so there's going to be new information that is going to be brought forth, that is going to allow for you to make a stronger decision in a way, that is going to be more focused for you to be directly aware of what situation that they are speaking about. All right. Also, you need to be aware of, or you need to be aware of the number 7. It's either 7 days from now, or hold on one second. Let me see what this is. It's either 7 days from now, the number 7, or the month, or the 7th month in the calendar year. So it's either 7 days from now. Okay, so you have a window that this very well could happen in. So anywhere from now until July. So you got like about April, May, June, July. You got about 3 months of this window that either this decision, or this direct decision or direct situation, will have a effect on you. So it's going to have an effect on you up until the month of your birthday. Okay. Well, possibly you may want to purchase a reading so we can look at it in a more in-depth way. You can look at my website at www.amagicaljourney.com and book a session with me, and we can look at it in a more in-depth way. Okay? You're very welcome, Bryn, and thank you for calling in. You too. Okay, so we're going to go back to the questions in the live comments. And all right, our next question is Saraz Naidu. Saraz, Saraz asks, what does my higher self want me to know at this time, or my guides? All right, so let's see what your guides or your higher self wants you to know. Does Saraz higher self or guides, any angels, spirits, ancestors, galactic beings, want Saraz Naidu to know? Take a deep breath in. Elepatiana astanzo sotore etarchiast. Okay, so they show a much deeper connection with a flow of synchronicities. This being possibly synchronicities of things that are lining up for you in the upcoming months to upcoming days. Well, days to upcoming months. They seem as if they are lining you up to look at something more in a they're lining you up for a direct, well, it's almost like a direct enhancement or a direct experience, because I see you standing kind of like at this altar of some sort, and which is, I see you standing at the altar, or kneeling at the altar, or sitting at the altar, almost like a knelt down type thing, which you have your head bowed, and you have something in your hand that looks like, and you're saying something. I can't make out what you're saying, but they show almost like they're showing that you're in a okay. This almost looks like an astral altar. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that it seems as if you are going to be doing some more lucid type dreaming, to where you may go into some form of like trance state before you go to bed in the next days, weeks to months, and I don't necessarily see exactly when this is going to happen, but it seems as if this is coming into play very shortly, because it's you there kneeling at the altar, or at like a place that kind of has what this looks like is this looks like obelisk type crystals, or almost looks like obelisk like controls what is what they look like. And I don't know if this is you being up in a ship, or you being if you're being asked to work on a ship for an amount of time in your dreamscape, but they show you at this like altar looking thing. You have something in your hand, and then you're knelt down, and you are and I see these obelisk or quartz looking um, type controls, or crystals that sit on a that look like they're sitting in different formations. And you say something as you touch specific ones. And I don't know exactly what that means for you, but there's eight specific crystals, or obelisk crystals that are here, and you're saying something and fiddling with something in your hand, and then touching it, almost like you're activating something. You're activating something that is within each of these crystals, and there's 8 of them. And I don't know how the number 8 sticks with you. This could be in 8 days. Like I said, 8 particular crystals, or the 8th month in the calendar year. So this very well could be July, August. So August being the 8th month. So I hope that helped you. And Saraz, if you want to book a session with me, okay, 68. So so that 8 was out to a 6. And 6 is a humanitarian energy. So you got something. There's assignments that you're going to be doing with the Earth. So it has something to do with the Earth's grid system. But definitely, Saraz, you might want to book an appointment with me so we can talk about this in a more in-depth way. You know my website, or you know the office number, and we can very well book you an appointment. Okay, dear? And thank you for your wonderful question. All right, so now, folks, I know that y'all all want to know what your guides have in store for you, or a question for you, and or what you want them to know. But it takes a very long time for me to receive messages in this context, when I have a lot of people in the room. So please understand that if you have a specific question, it will be much easier, and I can get through to as many callers as I possibly can. But if you want to know what your guides have to say for you, I will do that, but do know that I may not get to everyone. Okay, so next person is Jolie, and she is on the phone with us. Jolie, hello, dear. How are you?
Great. How are you today?
Doing great. What can I help you with?
So, yeah. So I I wanted to see if my galactic guides might have any specific information for me regarding working with them or, extraterrestrials or something in the near future, something kind of specific if possible.
Okay. All right. So I see a body of water. Okay. So I see a body of water, and then I hear cetaceans, and then I also hear I hear what sounds like a sonar or a frequency. This energy also shows me the energy of Atlantis. You want to be very focused on the portal of resurrection, which is when the Atlantean high priest or high master has to communicate with me during that portal opening. So you want to be very notable about that. They also are speaking around the energy of Syrian. So you also want to understand that I see in a particular past life of you using your voice and almost like a sonar type frequency that you create with your vocal cords in your mouth that creates formations or buildings or structures in Sirius B, which is cetacesis. Okay, so you want to look more along the lines of sound, frequency, the way dolphins and whales communicate, because the energies are very opened and the energies are very opened, are going to be very opened directly in alignment with this resurrection portal. So you want to be very, very aware during that time. Okay, so to very much understand that you need to look to Sirius B, which, as I said before, is cetacesis, and you need to also I keep hearing too blue ray, and as I hear blue ray, they show me a blue type galactic being. Okay, and I'm not quite sure of its name, quote unquote its, or particular gender, but do know that that if you ask and believe and trust yourself, it will give it to you. Okay, and Jolie, yes. So it is saying that you need to ask, and it will reveal its name to you. Okay. All right, but blue ray, Sirius B, also known as cetacesis, SASTASIS, cetacesis. Okay. All right, darling. Okay. So we're going to go to the next question. All right, and Nikki, I am going in order, and I am going directly in order, and the question that I see for you, Nikki, is anything for me, Bryan. Okay, so that's the question I'm going to ask. All right. I am back. I apologize. Okay. So now you do have okay, so they are talking about information that is in context of a relationship. But are you currently all right, so I'm feeling like you're not in a particular relationship at this particular moment, okay? But what I'm seeing here is you at this particular moment is you're in the now, okay? And I see your relationship or a relationship moving forward this way, okay? So it's kind of strange how I'm seeing it, because I'm seeing it in context of you being here in the now, and then you're in the relationship moving forward or moving towards you each day, closer and closer. So it's almost like it feels to me like this particular person may be at a distance from you at this moment, and is either traveling or is in route to you. So, but I can definitely tell you that he is one that, or it is one, this relationship is going to be one that basically kind of makes you, it's going to be very easy for you to fall in love very quickly, okay? But I will tell you, you need to make sure that this is something that you're ready for, because I feel as if, yes, Julia, I am answering Nikki at this particular moment. But Nikki, I do feel as if this is one that you need to be ready for, because I feel as if right now you've been wounded by relationships, not necessarily in a love relationship type context, but relationship in general type context, around not being able to trust people, not being able to trust yourself, giving away your power, also taking away people's power, and being a bit too clingy. So what they're showing me here is that you need to You need to make sure that you're ready for a relationship, sweetie. And I will tell you that in approximately, in approximately the month of June, around the month of June is when I see this relationship coming to play for you. Okay, so but you need to make sure that you are ready for this. All right, and as you move closer to the month of June, I feel as if from June on, well, actually June to October, it's going to be some quite fun months ahead of you from June to October. So I don't know what exactly when's your birthday? October? But anyways, June to October is going to be some rather fun months for you. Okay, so I don't know exactly what this relationship has in store for you, but it seems as if this relationship is going to be possibly a keeper, and one that really allows you to enjoy your time with them. And June's your birthday. Okay, well, June is when this particular person comes into play here, sweetie. So I will tell you that make sure that you're ready for it. Okay. And midsummer. So that is a perfect time of June to be born on, because that is midsummer, one of the most powerful nights of the year, and it's actually a thinning of the veil along with October. So I hope that helps you, Nikki. If you're interested in a more in-depth reading with me, please go to www.amagicaljourney.com. That is AMAGICKALJOURNEY.com. Or you can go to my blog at bryanrawls.com, or you can call my office at 586-659-9620. And thank you for asking your question, Nikki. All right, folks. I don't think I have enough time for my last caller, but I will see if I have enough time to answer one more question in my live comments. And okay, so my next question is, Julia. Okay. I think that's the next question. Julius. Yeah, Julia. As I will have a committed love relationship this year. Thank you. Alright, so Julia Ladd. Let's see what is received for you. And guides, angels, ancestors, galactic beings, we asked of you on behalf of Julia Ladd. If she will have a committed love relationship this year. Alright, so sweetheart, I heard an automatic yes. Alright, and I heard a celebration of some sort. So it feels to me like this will be rather a fast type of relationship for you. Not necessarily one of those relationships that jumps from from friendship to relationship to intimacy to dumping, but more like relationship. Eyes locking, falling in love, moving into exclusiveness, intimacy, then jumping into enjoying each other's time, enjoying each other's company, and then I hear someone popping a question. This very well could be a promise type energy, or possibly an engagement of some sort. But I hear the and so I hear somewhere in the okay, so I hear somewhere in the okay, so I hear somewhere in the in between the ending of April to the ending of April to the ending of June is when this person is going to possibly step in. Now, there could be something that stands in your way from that may back this time frame up a little bit, but I don't see it backing it up in farther than no farther than the beginning of July to the second week of July. So you want to make sure that you watch your P's and Q's. You want to make sure that you say your prayers, offer your offerings to Spirit if you're spiritual, or if you're religious. You want to pray for joy, pray for relationships, and also when seeking a relationship, don't constantly look for a relationship. That is the number one thing that a person always fails on when they get in when they try to find a relationship, is they're constantly looking. Don't look. Just see it in your mind's eye of you being in a relationship, enjoying a relationship, and that perfect someone will pop in when divine timing is right. But I see in between the ending of April to the ending of June, that is your window. And if perhaps something pushes that timeline back a bit, it will only push that timeline back 2 weeks out. So I see first week of July to second week of July is the timeline pushback. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Julia. And please, if you would like to purchase a more in-depth reading with me, Julia, you can go to my website at www.amagicaljourney.com, or you can call the office at 586-659-9620, and we can set you up an appointment. All right, and thank you so very much for asking your question. And so I would like to thank all the phone callers and all the folks that have watched this evening. It has been a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to being here next week, which it will be April 17th. Do remember that we have the Prosperity Community Service on the 12th and the 13th. If you're interested in that, we have a couple more spots available. It is a $25 investment fee. So please go to my blog at www.bryanrawls.com for more information. Also, we have full moon on the 19th and St. Expeditius feast day on the 19th as well. And then we also have the Portal of Resurrection on the 21st, when I will be channeling and speaking with a High Master from Atlantis. So thank you so very much. Much love to each and every one of you. And thank you, Goldylocks Productions, for producing the Magical Journey Show. And thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman, for running my switchboard. Much love to everyone. Angel Wings guide your dreams. Blessed be, and namaste.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.